Alright, learning how to swim a freestyle. This video for anyone who wants to learn how to swim a freestyle, for anyone who wants to master his freestyle, for triathletes, for anyone who wants to refresh his background of freestyle swimming. There are two things has challenged me in swimming freestyle and swimming in general. First is to create less water resistance, and second, generate more power to drive me forward. So we look at the arm stroke, we look at the rotation, we'll look at the breathing pattern, we'll look at the head position, and then finally the kicking. Alright, talking about rotation. Swimming freestyle is about swimming from side to side. We're not swimming in a static position, and that will allow you to reduce the water resistance and give you more distance per stroke and use the large muscles at the back during the pull phase. Rotation happens in the very early beginning of the freestyle stroke arm cycle. Once the hand enters the water, your shoulders and trunk starts to rotate, which bring me to the first phase of the freestyle arm stroke cycle, is the entry and stretch. So the hand enters the water with fingertips first and in line with our shoulder, and extends forward with fingers angled slightly down. We always want to make sure that we don't cross the midline of our body during the entry and stretch to achieve a high elbow position catch underwater. And that brings us to the second phase of the freestyle arm stroke cycle, is a catch. So after the entry and stretch, the hand travels down without dropping the elbow, achieving a high elbow position catch, and that should be 45 to 65 degrees. Then we go to the pull phase. But before we go to the pull phase, we want to keep in our mind that our rotation side has already changed from the entry and stretch to the catch. To start the pull, the rotation changes. And before we pull, our hips rotates first, and then we pull backward and upward. And that brings us to the last phase of the freestyle arm stroke cycle, is the recovery. So the arm leaves the water with the elbow leading to achieve a high elbow position recovery, or straight for straight arm recovery. We also make sure that our arm moves towards the midline of our body during the recovery for better streamlining for new entry and stretch again. So what about breathing? Breathing should be as low as possible to the water, aiming one goggle to be out of the water. Breathing begins during the early phase of the pull. The head turns, grab the breath, and then the head returns back, facing down the pool in neutral position before the hand enters the water for the new entry and stretch again. And that brings me to the head position. Alright, the head position is very important matter. It's a matter of winning and losing of so many races. It's a matter of let your hips sink and let you create more water resistance. And our goal is to reduce the water resistance and then generate power to drive us forward. So the head should be facing down the pool in a neutral position, and that to achieve a flat back spine. And finally, the kicking. Alright, kicking is the most powerful propulsive thing in freestyle swimming, and kicking has two beats. One is the up beat and the down beat, and the down beat is the most propulsive beat. We want to keep in our mind that the power of the kick comes from the hips and not from the knees, and avoiding bending the knees too much. In freestyle kicking, there is 6 kicks pattern and there is 2 kicks pattern. My favorite is 6 kicks pattern. Whatever you choose, we always want to make sure that we kick on the rotated side with toes pointed. So we have talked about how to swim a freestyle, and very soon we'll upload a video, freestyle training for beginners. So thanks a lot for watching. Please, if you have any question, I would love to hear from you. Thanks a lot and see you soon.